Hey guys, welcome to Malukah episode 1. My name is Malukah. This is an experiment, maybe. I'm not quite sure what this is, but we'll figure it out together as we go. I just decided to go ahead and get started. I don't know why, but for many years I wanted to start a podcast. I'm not sure what I want to share, not sure what I need from this, but everything seems to be pointing me in this direction at this time of my life. I think ideally I would have loved to have a written blog where I could just write about my feelings, but I think nobody has time to read pages and pages of feelings. So I thought maybe an audio format could be a better thing to share so that you can listen while you commute or while you're cooking or something. So I thought I'd give it a shot in this format instead of just writing. So after years of thinking about starting a podcast, what finally pushed me over the edge is that right now I have a very annoying back injury and arm injury, and so it physically hurts to write. So I can't journal like I used to. And so that's been driving me crazy because it's normally my number one way to cope with life, and I can't rely on that. I've tried typing and it does help, but it's not the same. So I thought I might try just speaking, because sometimes saying things out loud can be very revealing and can put things in perspective. And so, I don't know, I'm trying things out. Bear with me. The biggest thing that I want to talk about in this episode is that I feel out of alignment. It's the best way I can describe this. Like, everything in my life right now feels a little bit wrong. It's not terribly wrong. It's not, a lost cause kind of a situation, but just everything is a little bit off and I can't fix it, any of it. And it's driving me crazy. And I'm hoping that this can help me get some clarity on what it is that I need to do. Most of my life has happened by chance almost. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, but just in doing something, doors have opened in a certain direction and then doors have opened in another direction. That has been kind of steering me in a certain way. It's not like I set the end goal of this is what I want for myself and how do I get there in 10 easy steps. No, it has been sort of happening around me. And I think that right now I need for something else to happen to me to point me in whatever direction that it's going to be right for me for the next few years. Because as things are right now, I'm not exactly happy. Like I say, it's not terrible, but it's just not quite right. And I'm talking specifically about making music covers and making YouTube videos for these covers. I think that I do plan to continue making music covers. I should say that right now. But I've spoken about my doubts about the YouTube platform because I feel it's changed a lot over the years and I don't seem to be thriving on it anymore. And the platform is not going to change for me. And so I just need to change something in what I'm doing in order to feel okay. And I would say it doesn't support musicians anymore, but the truth is it does. There are several musicians that are doing super well today. So it's not that aspect of it. It's just I need to change something. I've been thinking a lot about how exactly it is that I got here, and I find it interesting because it is a good representation of how life has led me in a certain direction without me necessarily having one clear goal. I started Malukah.com as a video game blog where I would just talk about my World of Warcraft adventures and playing Halo and playing Gears of War, Dead Space, any sort of game that I was playing. I would tell, stories about it, my thoughts about it. And I used the name Malukah for the blog because I didn't want to use my real name because I was still applying for jobs and I didn't want them to find a blog of me playing World of Warcraft for 8 hours a day. So I started writing that blog. It had a very small readership, but it was a very cool community that I remember very fondly. And I used to play with a lot of the people who would comment on the blog or maybe on Twitter or something. I remember the good old days. I still have some of those folks on my friends list on Xbox. So it was a lot of fun. It was not intended as anything monetary, but several months later I remember seeing that Xbox magazine in Mexico had posted that they were looking for a writer, and so I submitted my blog and they ended up hiring me. So this is one of the things where I started something for fun as a hobby and it led to an actual job. And the months went by and I kept writing for Xbox Magazine, reporting the news, and then I was also updating my blog as well and growing the community. And at some point I thought, I remembered that I was a musician. And I said, I'll post a little fun clip of a cover. And I think it was a cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit, just a clip. I think I also recorded something else. Maybe it was, what's that Beatles song? Norwegian Wood. I think I made a little quick clip of Norwegian Wood. And so I posted those and they had a nice response from the community. And by community, I mean I had, I think, 30 subscribers on my YouTube channel or something. Something like that. So it was a nice response, but doing those covers made me have the idea to record just a quick clip of the Morrowind theme, the da-da-dum, part. And I think that's the first video on my channel. And I remember that video got, I don't know if it was like 1,000 views in a couple of days, which was crazy at the time. And it's what gave me the idea weeks later when Skyrim was released to actually blend the Dragonborn song with the Morrowind theme, because I had figured out the chords and had been singing them so close to each other that it was like the connection almost made itself in my mind. And so that then I posted the Dragonborn video, and then everything changed in my life. Everything changed. And I think over time, I've been losing perspective on how it all happened. I seem to some days think like, I'm just a fantastic musician, and that's why I had a video go viral. No, I started a video game blog for fun, for no money, for no compensation, for no anything other than joy, for writing and for sharing video game adventures with friends. And that's why I ended up with a video that went viral. And it's the biggest reason why I'm here recording this podcast. That is not for compensation, that is not going to be successful, that is not going to be anything other than me expressing myself, just like the blog was me expressing myself in the written word. Just I feel right now nobody has time to read, not even myself. I think in my mind I have this fantasy of what blogging is like, that I have this vision board where I have a picture of a very pretty girl sitting with a coffee cup and her laptop, and she's blogging away, and I want to be just like that. But then when I see other people's blogs and I see all the text, I'm like, I don't have time for it. Show me the bullet points. I actually do have a blog. It's called wonderluca.com, and I do have a few posts there that I am proud of, and I always try to shorten them and keep just the essentials to just respect your time. Yeah, so maybe I'll pick that up again. It's again not for compensation, not for success, but just to keep creating, keep in motion, because I feel right now I'm so stagnant. I feel I'm not doing enough, or I feel that what I am doing is not moving me forward enough. And so, like I say, there's something I need to change. I need to figure out what it is, and hopefully we'll get to the answer before episode 1000. So as I was saying, my life is a mess right now, and I have so many things to do that I don't even know where to get started, and I feel that everything that I do it doesn't even make a dent on my list of to-dos. And they're not awesome to-dos. I'm not humble bragging here saying like, I have 100 projects and 100 different opportunities. No, it's just I need to clean my room, my studio. I need to also clean my house and give away a lot of stuff that we no longer use. I need to exercise, I need to lose weight, I need to eat better, cook better, etc., etc. I will not bore you with my to-do list, but it just, right now it feels like time is severely limited. And Dante's a year and 5 months, and so it's a challenge to get things done. The other reason why I wanted to share this podcast is also that because of having a son and everything, I feel at this point in my life I am extremely lonely. You guys, it's crazy. I remember my mother I'm adjusting my chair. My mother used to tell me about how having kids has its challenges, and she told me about this, but I didn't understand it until I got here. And it's really sweet and nice to have your kid and have fun with your kid and everything, but because of how limited time is, it becomes a choice to whether to work or whether to call a friend, or whether to go get groceries and pay rent and do errands, or whether to call a friend. And usually house stuff and those work responsibilities take priority. And it's been a year and a half of that, and just made me feel so disconnected from everything. And you'd think that at a time like this, I could rely on social media to reach out and to keep in touch and to, stay present in the world. But it's become a weird thing. I don't know if it's just me or if it happens to all people that share stuff online. I feel like a responsibility to my accounts, that I have to treat them like marketing accounts, that I can't just share too much of my personal life unless it's funny or interesting or educational, and I can share music, but I don't usually have a ton of music to share. It takes me a while to record music. And so I feel that I only have access to those channels of communication if I have something to offer. If I record a cover, then I can share it, and then I can hear back from people, and it makes me feel that I'm a part of the world. And if I don't have something to share, then I'm just quiet and I'm just invisible. And so it's a whole different phenomenon that we should talk about in some other episode. But in summary, that's why I wanted to post this. And I will share this episode of the podcast on my website and have a page there where, if you want, you can leave a comment and make me feel like I'm a part of your world. So let me know. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what you recommend to do when you feel life is not aligned. And yeah, just say hi if possible. Thank you so much for listening. I will see if I record another episode based on how I feel and how you feel. Take care, you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate your time. Bye-bye.